Testing. Testing. Come on. Mod is on. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Mine is working good. Okay. Are we ready? All right. It's probably because the echo from the phone was in the mic. That's probably what it was. So it's probably doing that. But all right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakadash. We want to give you all good. We want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and that's what teaching this truth. Much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. All right, beginning with 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes, and who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you always say Shalom. All right, Great Millstone, Dallas. Are we back out here again? Today's date is January the 16th. All right, the year of apostasy, sellouts, and agents. All right, as well as the year of Jacob's trouble. All right, and as we like to always say when we open up the camp, all right, what a beautiful time it is to be alive through the Spirit, man. You know, what a beautiful time it is to be alive, to be able to witness, all right, the rise of the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, the downfall of this wicked kingdom ran by Esau, Edom, and the rest of the heathen nations. All right, as well as judgments getting ready to ensue, man. You know, because if you're an advocate, all right, of righteousness, and you're an advocate of who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ, which Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. All right, his name means He is. All right, Bahashem, Ba meaning in, Ha the Shem name. All right, of Yahweh Shai, which is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and Yahweh Shai means He delivers or He saves. All right, and who's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai coming back to deliver? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is coming back to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, in these last days, all right, the tabernacle of David, all right, is being built up as in the days of old. Okay, and the heathen are upset at the fact that the tabernacle of David is being built up, because the tabernacle of David and the throne of David, all right, ensues judgment. It ensues the heathen being underneath the rule of the Israelites, beginning with Yahweh Shai and King David, man. Okay, and they don't want that. That's why they're doing all that they can, all right, to so-called thwart this truth from going out. They're trying their hardest to, to pretty much blackball us. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna spit out all kinds of railing accusations against the elect, but there's not going to be any charge that's gonna pretty much be held to the charge of the elect. As a matter of fact, let's open up with that. Let's get Romans 8 chapter. Romans chapter 8. I think it's like around you can start at verse 28 actually, and we'll just read down. Start at verse 28, and we can just read down from there, where it mentions who can lay anything. Well, who can lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect. I know it's down further. You know what I'm saying? But we can start there at verse 28.
All right, this is Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose.
It says all things work together for good to those who are called to the Most High for His purpose. All right, read that one more time.
Romans 8 and 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High.
To them that love the Most High. And ultimately, who are the ones that love Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? The ones that love Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai are the elect. Those who have been called to love the Lord. Go ahead.
Okay,
you good? Were you going to get a word?
No. I was just checking.
Okay.
It says, to them who are called according to His purpose.
Those who are called according to His purpose, man. You see? So every single last one of us that you see out here preaching and prophesying is according to the purpose of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, we didn't have any recollection that we will be doing this in the last days. You know, we had other so-called dreams and so-called aspirations, if you will, that we thought we were going to be doing, whether it was playing sports or making music or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or just living your life. You see? But who would have thought that in the last days, all right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will raise us up, all right, to whereas we will be prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom America, man. None of us thought that we would be doing this, man, but this all according to his purpose. It's according to his will. Go ahead.
Verse 29, it says, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son.
Right, it says them who he did foreknow, and that word foreknow means to know before. So those he foreknew, he also did predestinate. All right. So there's men on the planet Earth and women, all right, that are on the planet Earth today. Some of, you know, some are in the spirit world, but some are here today who have been predestinated for salvation, man. Now we don't know who those individuals are. You know, as the scripture says that we've been called, but we don't know who we've been chosen. You know, but we know that there is an elect that's been predestinated, man. Okay, just wanted that bullshit to pass, you know. But at the end of the day, man, we've been predestinated, Lord willing, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. That's why we're striving for the truth in these last days, man. Strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will fight for you. You know? Go ahead.
It says, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son.
It says those who he did predestinate, what? They will be conformed to the image of his son. And that word conform pretty much means to be formed into. And we're being formed into the image of Yahweh Shai daily, man. The scripture says that though the outward man perish, the inward man is renewed day by day. And with the sacrifice that we're putting out, which is this doctrine, is, you know, the calves of our lips, if you will. The scripture says that what? We're not to be conformed to this world. You see, so as we're being formed into the image of Yahweh Shai, we're being destroyed from the image of this world, man.
That's right.
It's a complete balance. You know? You make a point, Elder?
No, I'm just agreeing. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You know, and the scripture says, I think it's in 1 John, the 4th chapter, where it says pretty much, as a matter of fact, I'll grab it real quick. I forgot the verse.
You won't be done.
I gotta find the verse. I know it's in 1 John. It says it's something along the lines of, as pretty much as he is, so are we in this present world. You see, it's in 1 John 4. And let's see. Yep, 1 John 4 and 17 is what it is.
1 John 4 and 17.
Yep. 1 John chapter 4 verse 17. I mean, I got it right here.
Okay.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4. All right, verse 17. It says, "Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment." You see, in the day of judgment, it's gonna be a brutal day, man. It's gonna be beautiful as well too for the elect, but the day of judgment, man, hey, the scripture says that we must all stand before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai. You know, and it's also written, it says, who may abide in that day. You know, whenever Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai brings forth the judgment, you know, it's gonna be a day where all of our works are gonna be judged, man. So once again, it says, "Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world." You see that? And Yahweh Shai he's in a perfect state. You know, he's in a glorified body. Now, are we perfect in this flesh? The answer is no. Are we in a glorified body right now? The answer is no. But we try to live our lives to the best of our ability, just like Yahweh Shai, man. The scripture says that we got to arm ourselves with the same mind in this present world. So it says, as he is, so are we in this world. And we know this world is full of darkness, man. Right. You know, all kinds of snares and evil pitfalls and traps and things of that nature. So hey, it's a fight. You know, it's a fight in this world to live a righteous life, man. You know, that's why it's not really on you, man. It's not on you for say in the works that you do in this flesh. It's really the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in you to make you perform the good works. You know, you got something, Matthew? You got it.
Romans 15 verse 5. It says, "Now the powers of patience," which is power, and the angels, it says the power of patience and consolation grant you to be like-minded towards one another according to Mashiach Yahushua, that ye may with one mind and one mouth glorify Yahweh, even the Father, and our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Wherefore receive ye one another as Mashiach also received us to the glory of Yahweh. He was mentioning you got that one mind, so we're gonna have that same mindset when the times we're in, it's only gonna get worse. Because like I said, we're in these bad times. It says in Ephesians 5 and 15, these days are evil. So to get through these times that we're about to see that's actually transpiring, we gotta have that like mindset to endure these things with that patience, all right, having that faith, that endurance. Because it's going to be a lot of things that are starting to, it's going to erupt like a volcano.
Very well put.
Yeah, those are the prerequisites, if you will, the prerequisites, all right, of salvation. It tells you pretty much the steps. I think it's the 1 Peter, the first chapter, 1st or 2nd Peter, the first chapter, where it says, pretty much add to your faith virtue, and your virtue knowledge, and your knowledge patience. Pretty much the steps that it is, and the last thing that's mentioned is charity. Because while this world is crumbling, in this age as we know it is just crumbling around everybody, and everybody's just running around here like chickens with their heads cut off, not knowing what to do, not knowing where their last meal gonna come from, pretty much watching your back to see if anybody coming up to take what you got.
Right.
We're gonna have to exude, if you will, the highest level of brotherhood, man, the highest level of love and charity amongst one another. Remember Ananias and Sapphira? Sapphira. Yeah. When pretty much Jerusalem was going through a famine at that time.
Yes, sir.
So when they tried to hold back a portion of what they sold, that was how about Shemal Shah, man? That wasn't a good look. And the result was death.
Right.
They got put to death on the spot. And those types of judgments are going to come. Those types of judgments are going to start happening again, even on a higher level. So we gotta, we have to pretty much, we gotta work out, if you will, and practice and live like Yahweh Shai right now, while times are still so-called quote unquote good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus like at that time you're gonna just snap into it, and it don't work that way, man. These are traits that got to be worked out right now.
That's right.
You got something, Zaquan?
Real quick, Romans 6 and 11. Likewise, reckon ye also yourselves to be dead indeed unto sin, but alive unto the Most High through Yahushua Mashiach our Lord.
And being dead to sin is pretty much being dead to this world, man.
Right.
Mortifying your members on this side. Because sin is pleasurable. The things that are sinful on this side are things that pull at your flesh and pull at your ego. It's what makes you feel good and what you want to do. When you're transformed by the renewing of your mind, you cast that old man away. For the greater, you cast that old man away. Ultimately, first and foremost, it's for the greater good of your brothers, man. And then you look at yourself. That's how Yahweh Shah walked. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shah was like, man, here it is. The Gentiles, they pretty much show forth their authority over their servants and subjects by how they rule over them. He was like, but the ones that are chief among you, man, let them be your servant. Those that are great among you, those are going to be your servants.
Right.
He said, look, I came. What did he say? He said, I came not to be. He said, I came to minister, but not to be ministered unto. You see. So Yahweh Shai really exuded and showed the highest level of humility and charity that you can show, and he's the example. He's the benchmark.
That's right.
It's really how much, like, that's what this truth is really about, man. How much of a servant you can be to your brother, and then your brother's doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what's the one I'm looking for? That's a
Well-oiled machine.
Yeah, well-oiled. That's exactly what I was trying to say. That's a well-oiled machine, man. Because when you got a brother thinking that way, then you thinking that way, then your brother thinking that way, bro, you can't lose.
Yep. Especially in the times that we're coming into, because the ministry is about to go to the next level. But we already seen it on, within, our bodies, our various bodies. Brothers are going through various things, and brothers had to show up, man. That's just a That's a testament about, you know, the times that we're living in, to where it's going to get even more dire out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to be uncomfortable.
Yep. Yep. Colin, you got it. You got it.
This John chapter 15, I'm gonna start at the top, because you had mentioned, Charles, about how basically, you know what I'm saying, you're not just gonna snap into a Slim Jim, man. You know, when all hell's break loose, it has to happen. You have to live it now.
Right.
Going through the process, and you know what I'm saying, all the hell that you catch is the Lord ultimately pruning you, like it's saying. It's John 15:1, and I'm reading the NLT. It says, I am the true grapevine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch of mine that doesn't produce fruit, and he prunes the branches that bear fruit, so they will produce even more. You have already been pruned and purified by the message I have given you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me.
Yep.
You see? So, going back to the point, man, this whole process of us walking this walk is us being pruned, you know what I'm saying, to ultimately, you know, be conformed into the image of Yahweh Shah, man. Being put to the test, you know. And like the brother that gave the example of Ananias and Safari, man. They, you know, that was a pruning, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, all right, these niggas, you know, they didn't want to, you know, they weren't being truthful with the ministry during that time, and it was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was a time of famine. That's why the church came together like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And if they was trying to hold something back, you see, and the Lord revealed it unto Peter, man. You know.
Yeah.
So that was a prune. So the Lord, what did He do? He cut their ass off, man. You see?
Yep.
Ananias and Sapphira, they were showing a lack of faith. They felt like that it wouldn't suffice to bring, you know, I believe it was like 10% of what they had to the, you know, congregation, and you know, like it's gonna be spread out amongst the people, you know. But they felt like we need this, you know. But like I said, that ain't what the Lord, you know, said to do.
Yep. They didn't follow instructions.
They didn't follow instructions.
And they truly didn't have faith that they would be taken care of. That's why they was like, you know what, we're gonna give you this portion, but just in case anything bad happens, we can fall back on this.
Right.
And it was just gonna be them. It wasn't like they was gonna fall back on it to deliver to the church. No, they was gonna fall back on it.
Right.
You know, they had pretty much, you know, pretty much they had a what's the word I'm looking for? They pretty much had a contingency plan.
Yeah.
You know, they had a contingency plan. Like, you know how Batman, you know, pretty much he had in Justice League, he has a contingency plan for if anybody goes rogue. You know what I'm saying? I got a plan for their ass, pretty much. You know, it's like shit, you know. But, you know, in this truth, man, hey, you don't have a contingency plan in this truth because you don't need one. Either you're going to be all in or you're going to be all in or you're going to be all out.
Right.
You know, the scriptures, matter of fact, what's that? Could you grab Psalm 27? And I think it's 14, I believe it is. And could you grab them out there? Psalm 44 and verse 5, I believe it is. Verse 4 or 5. You could start at verse 4. Come on, what's it say?
Wait on the Lord.
Yep, that's it.
Psalms 27 and verse 14. Can I start at 13?
Absolutely, yep.
Psalms 27 and verse 13. It says, I had fainted unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
Yep, it says, wait on the Lord, and he shall strengthen thine heart, man. You know, and your heart is your mind. That word heart in the Hebrew is la'ab, which is your mind. You see, so we're not to jump the gun and, you know, move out of order. You know, it's just like what Moses told the Israelites whenever we were crossing through the Red Sea. You know, the Red Sea wasn't split at that point, but you know, you had Pharaoh's army that was behind them. You had a huge body of water in front of you. In the flesh, you like, man, what are we gonna do? It's looking bad out here. Like, you know, how are you gonna get out of the situation? He said, look, he said pretty much be still. He said, look, be still and know that I'm the Lord. Moses didn't say that, but that's pretty much what the Lord said. Be still and know that I'm the Lord, man. That's right. You know, and a lot of times man, we gotta be still sometimes, man. Right. Even when it looks bad and grim, you gotta understand sometimes being still is where you can listen. Because sometimes when you're moving around too much, there's all this commotion going on. You know, you're not listening to what the Lord's trying to tell you. You know, and being still is not comfortable. You know, like think about your children. You know what I'm saying? When you try to tell your child, be still. And I had to be thinking sometimes like, hey man, sit still. Which, you know, it's good to say that obviously, but you know, as a child, Like they got so much energy, it's hard for them to sit still. They can't. You know, they want to move around, and you know what I'm saying. And you like, man, goddamn, because like stop. You know, but you know they just got to keep moving.
20 minutes in, and they like they forgotten. They get up and move around.
I got one for you.
Come on, yep.
Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes.
There it is.
Fear Yahweh and depart from evil.
Man, you want to speak on it? Man,
you said it, bro. A lot of times when you try to, forge your way, you end up hurting yourself.
Yep.
Versus you just, being patient and wait on the Lord, man, and work things out for you. Sometimes, you don't get an answer for something for a long time, man. Sometimes it'll take years.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, he'll put you through some things just so you can get the clarity that he wants you to get.
Yep.
But that's when you believe in, that's where your belief in Yahweh Bashim Yahshua locks in, man. Knowing that he is and suffering.
Yep. That's when you can that's when patience is going to have its perfect work. That's when, like, when you patient, you let the patience, build you up into that man that you're supposed to be. Through that trial and through that experience that you're going through. Because once again, you try to forge your own enterprise, and you try to do what you want to do. It makes me think of what's his name? Was Judas Maccabee's brother Jonathan, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. Where he pretty much tried to kill the general.
Eleazar.
Yeah. Was it okay? Eleazar.
Eleazar.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was trying to get a name for himself.
Yeah, he wasn't being patient. He was like, try to get a name for himself. He was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna just do. He did his own thing. Here it is. It was vainglory.
Yeah, he ended up killing the elephant that fell on him. But the general wasn't even on the elephant.
It was a decoy. It was a decoy elephant. Yeah, like it was a decoy elephant. It looked like it was the king's elephant, but the king wasn't on that one. So, but the point is that when you try to forge your own way, that's when you get lost. Right. Because you try to make it about yourself, or you try to make it about what you want to do, or like you said, what you think.
Your vain opinion. We're talking about that in Sirach, the 3rd chapter.
Oh, your own vain.
Many have been destroyed for their vain opinion.
Oh yeah, yep. Many have been destroyed for their own vain opinion, and vain means empty. And your opinion is an idea. Really, an opinion is just an idea. Yeah, yep. It says blessed. I think it's 44 and 4, 44 and 5, or Psalm 40 and 5.
Psalm 40.
Yeah, Psalm 40.
This is Psalms 40 and verse 5.
I think it says, "Blessed is he who trusteth in the Lord." I think is what it says.
Psalms 40 and 5, when it says verse 4.
Verse 4.
Says,
Okay.
Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust.
Right. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua his trust. Not trusting in this world, not trusting in your money, not trusting in your status, not trusting in your ego. It says, blessed is the man that maketh Yahweh Bashim Yahushua his trust. Go ahead.
And respecteth not the proud.
And respecteth not the proud. Go ahead.
And it says, nor such as turn aside to lie.
Right, nor such as turn aside to lies, man. You see? Because a lot of times, whenever you try to have respect unto those that are proud, and you turn aside the lies, is whenever you sell out, and you're compromised. And you have a lot of Jake that's becoming compromised in these last days, man. You see, because they try to get a gift. A gift destroys the heart. So at that point, they turn aside the lies. They try to lie, and they try to lie on the truth, and try to bend the truth. They trim their way to seek love, because ultimately a proud man has came to them. So you're not supposed to respect the individual like that. You think you got these guys that talk about Deacon Akai and Hassad, man, you still pray for him, he's still your brother, man. You don't respect them niggas. I don't respect them. Why? Why should you? They literally selling out the flock.
Right.
At the end of the day, man, even though you're going on, man, Alazar, man, he's still your brother, man. We still gotta pray for him, man. Fuck it. Fuck him.
No.
Fuck him.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, straight up, man, fuck them guys, man.
damn sure y'all wouldn't be saying the same thing about us. If we
Man,
fall
bro.
off. Let one of us fall off, Lord forbid. Jay could have a fucking field day, bro.
Man, I'm talking about they were talking all kinds of cash money shit. You know? It's why a bunch of guys, man, just, you know, like, man, a lot of individuals, man, they not really true to it, man. They really don't believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know, but it, you know, it is what it is. These guys are, you know, they've been ordained to that lot. We just pray that we don't fall in that lot either. But it's easy for the Lord to put a reprobate spirit on any last one of us, man. You know? That's why we don't sit here and talk big about ourselves, and a lot of times, you know, we try to catch ourselves when we talk, because, you know, that could happen to us if you're not proud, or excuse me, if you're not humble. You know? You got something?
Point got a man.
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Con, I'm sorry. Did you have something going?
No.
You have something?
Like you said, it passed.
Okay.
This is Psalms 34 and verse 8. It says,
Can you get Psalm
"Oh, taste and
37?
see that Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him." And like you just mentioned, Proverbs 3. You know, you got to trust in the Lord. You have certain thoughts in your mind that you may be like, you know, well, I may, you know, it may want to sway you, because I think, you know, some of the priests, I know, but I'll be mentioning that you have a wicked thought, or a demon may come in and sound just like you that's speaking. You know, you thinking, oh, this is me thinking this. No, it's something that's trying to sway you from what the Lord wants you to go through or pursue.
Yep.
So you have to keep your you know, eye on the prize, and have that faith in the Lord to actually guide your path, like you said in Proverbs 3. All right, and just know that He's good and He's true. All right, so we don't supposed to fear man. We're supposed to fear the Lord, the one that can kill the body and the spirit.
Right.
And that's Yahweh Shem Shai. Knowing that what we're about, the things that are happening, you have bug outs that starting to fall out, trying to take the bag now. You know, trying to get one with Esau. Everybody, it's all love now. No, you can't change the game up now. Especially since we're in the end. We at the finish line.
Right. You got a lot of Israelite camps are not preparing their minds for what they're about to face. Grace, man. Preparing up for it. They plan, these niggas are gonna try to fight Esau with his own system. And that shit is not gonna fucking work, man.
Right.
Niggas are talking about getting forms and getting this and getting, bro, it's not the way, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like even if you got those things, how you gonna be able to? Like, it's very naive to think that you're gonna be able to buy and sell on a mass scale.
Right.
Like Jake has already done that before, bro.
Right.
Like, you know, we brought up Haiti last week. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, the Haiti already did that before, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All they had to do was just not recognize you as a sovereign state.
Yep.
And you have to, you won't be out of there.
Yep.
Your economy's gonna be through. You know, and if you're talking about, and then, okay, you talking about just staying it for yourself and you live off the grid, you know, most Jake don't have the capacity to farm, bro. Very
They don't even
tedious
know
work.
how to. Yeah.
Very tedious work. You know? My wife actually watched this one couple that was doing it for like 13 years. They ended up just giving up. It was like, it's just too hard.
Damn.
For 13 years, you know, I'm talking about, you know, chickens, you know, plants, you know, had plants and, well, crops and things of that nature. It's too hard.
Right.
I come from a background of farmers, man. After, you know, my grandfather died in too deep. After my grandfather died, all the kids left because doing that work is hard work.
Yeah.
And it's not as lucrative as people think, man. Especially nowadays. I mean, shit. Look at Esau. These farmers out there killing their damn self because they can't sustain themselves. It's too expensive to buy the seeds, water it, things of that nature, and then try to sell it.
Right.
Yep.
So what do you think you're gonna do in the last days, man? It's very naive. Right. The only way we can get out of here is Yahweh Shai.
That's it. That's it.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
Like
Get in the bag. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, you just mentioned
Yeah.
like farming. You know, that's predicated on a lot of different things like weather.
Yeah,
Things like
yeah.
it used to be. You
Nope.
You know, seeds. The seeds ain't the same. All these things that you look toward to help grow crops, even with animals. You know, you have to have certain land where you can kind of grow. For cows, you got to grow their hay.
Yep.
To get cold, so you got to get hay.
Yep.
You can grow. If you don't get your own, then you got to go buy some for someone. It's a lot of work. As
Yep. And then you got to go into, okay, what type of cattle am I going grow? Am I going to grow the baby cows, cattle, you know what I'm saying, kids?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I going to grow the mid-size? I'm going to grow because different farms grow different sizes of animals, different breeds.
Yep.
So what you going to do? You going to just do it all in one?
Right.
It's very naive. Jake is very naive, you know, and they're being willful, especially if you
Yeah.
are Israelite camp and you know Yahushua.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know Yahushua. You know, you profess that you believe in him, but yet you're trying to build up your own society here, bro. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, man. You know, GMS is the only people that's talking about prophecy at the rate. I'm talking about at a consistent, fervent rate, and that's for a reason.
That's right.
Because all these things that's going on has to happen in order for us to get out of here, man.
Yep. This has to happen. I'm adding on to what you're saying. It has to happen. Like this society has to collapse to the point of no return.
Yeah.
To whereas our only hope is going to be it's not going to be residing here. Our only hope is going to be going up.
Right.
Like our only hope, literally, like, and this is why it sounds crazy. You know, this is why people look at us and we're a spectacle. Because the only way that we can get out of here is literally us going up and our bodies being transformed into immortal bodies.
Right.
Right.
And that sounds that sounds naive and far-fetched to the average mind.
Right. Or you're gonna give up and you're gonna believe, you're gonna bow down to Esau Edom and say, okay, I'm not doing nothing illegal anyway, so I might as well take the chip.
Yep.
At least my kids will be able to eat. At least I have a couple years left to enjoy my family.
Right. I can get a piece of the pie. Even though, man, that's
it.
That's it. That's literally it.
You either have, either you gonna believe in being beamed up, or you gonna believe in this man's system.
That's it.
Right.
And really, what choice you have in there? Your posterity's not gonna continue.
Yep.
Your kids, more than likely, they're gonna be indoctrinated, or your your grandchildren gonna be indoctrinated to the point to where the government's gonna choose the sex of your children.
Yep.
They're gonna be under surveillance. They're gonna be eating BG's Frankenstein food.
All right, mealworms and shit.
You know what I'm saying? You know, trapped in the damn in front of the computer all damn day.
Yep.
You know, autistic as hell, full of fucking all types of vaccinations.
Yep.
Right? Hydrogen is gonna be at an all-time high. Right? The people are gonna be mourning. People are gonna be dying at a extrajudicial rate.
Yep.
Life is going, as you know, is going to be destroyed.
Right.
It's gonna be a slave. Like it's gonna be literally a digital slavery. You know, a technological slavery, and it's gonna be a physical slavery, man. Because you go social credit scores. If your social credit score ain't gonna be on point, you ain't gonna be able to access your car. First and foremost, if you don't got the chip, you ain't gonna be able to do a goddamn thing. You know, but even before that even comes, man, they're coming down with all kinds of draconian laws, man.
Yep. Right.
You know? Whereas people are literally gonna be like pretty much slaves to technology, to so-called technology, man.
Right.
You know? They deem you out of pocket, man. They can shut your shit down.
Yep.
They can shut your shit down right now.
Yep.
They really want to.
Yep. They had the power to.
Yeah.
All they had to do, if somebody is suing you and that you owe a substantial amount of money, they could go to court and they can have it to where all your assets are frozen. Right?
Yep.
The court has all your access. Anything that's tied to your finances, they could track it down and they could shut it down. Even something like Cash App.
Yep.
Something like Cash App could be shut down.
Right.
All your credit cards shut down.
Yep.
And you'll have a lien, and you go in and you try to use your card, or you try to check in like, what the hell is going on? you'll have a lien on your bank account of X amount, 20,000. Until you pay this, you have no access to your assets. You've been frozen. Federal.
Damn.
Right? And all they had to do was just go to the courts. You know? How much more so is they say, oh, well, this guy's, you know, when it's digital. Oh, well, this guy's been saying this. Right. You know, and Palantir is set in place in society.
Yep.
It's gonna be nothing for them to say, oh, you typed that on YouTube? Shut them down.
Right.
No, hey, no more meat for you for the week.
Yep, you done hit your limit. Man, that's what comes to.
2nd Ezra 15, verse 11, it says, Egypt shall mourn, the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment, and Yahweh Shai shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their crops shall be destroyed by fire and hail and violent storms.
Right. You want to speak on it? Yeah. Hey, and what the weather's going into, you know, ties into what we brought out earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay talking about. Now we just said all these things about what's about to come down the pipe, the draconian laws and things of that nature. Social what's the
Social credit scores,
things of that nature, how they gonna be able to lock you down. And here it is, you got Jake talking about farming. That farm's not gonna help you because look at the weather now. It's not producing enough. The earth is not producing.
Yep.
Right? So what the brother brought out is beautiful. Like Egypt is mourning right now because really crops aren't producing like they used to, man. Everything is upside down. It's upside down. I mean, you know, here now we're finally getting, you know, a winter. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we don't get winters in December anymore. We don't get we don't get winters in November. We only get
mid-January,
February, maybe March, some April.
Yeah.
You know? And really, you know, a lot of these crops, they need for these bugs to die off.
Yeah.
You know, in order for them to be able to grow. Yeah. There's a lot of crops that grow in the wintertime that people don't really know about. What's funny is kale,
pomegranates,
a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Like right now is the time for, you know, like fruits and stuff like that.
Yep.
The earth is not flourishing. The earth is the over farming.
Yep.
So he is, you talking about overwork. So he is, you talking about Jake talking about some dang on, we're gonna buy an acre, you know, put some trailer homes on it.
He said a acre.
It's just vain, bro. Go ahead,
The 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 45 in the
Man, I was holding that too.
It says, anything that is done will be useless.
Nah, start up, bro.
Start up?
Yeah, start at verse 40.
Okay, 40.
Yeah, and then just read down. Yeah.
2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 40 in the GNT. Listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle. When the disasters come, you must live as people whose home is not in this world.
So everything is temporary here, man. When you start trying to invest in things and do this and that, that's when you start tripping, y'all. Most of the time, I done tripped in the truth is me trying to get it there.
Try to get a hustle.
Try to get a hustle on the side, man. I got this. All I got to do is just, you know.
Yeah.
Your damn video starts slipping. Like I tell you, I see it. You know, I can help the brothers. You know, that's the first thing you want to say. That's the first thing. Satan tell you, the brothers. Nah, man, you just want to do it for yourself, bro. You know.
Man, that's
you want to
so
do
true.
it for yourself. A lot of these camps, they're in that mode. They're lying to themselves, bro. No, you have these selfish ambitions.
That's it.
And you're using the truth as a platform to push your selfish ambitions. It's gonna come to naught. You know, because the Most High told us to have a mindset of a pilgrim.
Yep.
Here, one year you're here, the next year you're somewhere else.
Right. Yep.
Might be working here one time, the next time you're working somewhere else, man.
Yep. And that's what that word pilgrim literally means. Somebody pretty much you're a temporary inhabitant, for lack of better words, but you're traveling to an holy place when you break that word down in the etymology. You know, so we are technically pilgrims, man, because this isn't our home. Now we physically here in the flesh, but we understand and know that our pretty much our residence is really in the heavens, in the kingdom.
Right.
You know, we just temporary inhabitants here in America, man. And first and foremost, you didn't come to America to, you know, we didn't, this was a punishment, man. Yep. Okay, Babylon the Great, America was a punishment for us to endure, for us to suffer, you know, for our wrongdoings and for our transgressions, man. You know, but we're sojourners just passing through, you know.
That's right. We'll read it again.
Mm-hmm.
2 Ezra 16 and verse 40 in the GNT. Listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle. When the disasters come, you must live as people whose home is not in this world.
Disasters come. When the disasters come, when we round the corner where it's going to get very serious out here,
Man,
you're going to have a lot of Israelites. They're going to be trying to become a little bit more politically active.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Trying to galvanize the people to act and think and vote a certain way.
yep,
When really you should be getting the people to lead this place, man.
yep.
Right.
You know?
You've been noticing these Jakes, man. You know how now, you know, such and such were teamed up with the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? Taking pictures together, and now next is gonna be someone with the Black Panthers. I guarantee.
Right.
Watch.
Yeah, because they done made a comeback.
Yeah, they made a comeback. You know, you know, I guarantee you, man. You know, and that's them. That's Jake being compromised. You know, you got it out.
Verse 41, merchants must not expect to make a profit from what they sell. They must be ready to run for their lives. The customers must expect to lose whatever they buy. Whoever builds a house should not plan to live in it.
There's it. There.
So you get these things, you're not expecting this to be forever. Yeah, if you get better your situation, cool. But I mean, you have to have an expectation that guess what? I'm gonna have to give up these things.
Right.
Yep.
The brother out there in the Virgin Islands did a sit down on that. You know, be willing to lose it all. We coming in them times, man, to where we're gonna be tested, man.
Right.
We're gonna be tested on a very large scale, bro. It's not a game, man. You know, but at least we're talking about it.
Right.
At least we're getting ourselves ready for the times that's coming, man. That's right. To be uncomfortable, dog. You know what I'm saying? When it happened, we're gonna say, okay, we here. You know, it's time. You know.
Yeah, it's a more. It's a good.
Okay, well, what he was like, these times you got to let go of these things. You know, tangible. You got to try to hold on to certain things, but like I said, we got to be like pilgrims, as you were just reading. You can't be stationary. The Lord, if you have you to move, you got to move around. This is 2 Ezra 14 and 14. It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away burdens of man, put off now the weak nature."
Right. You worry about a 401k.
Right.
You know, the dental plan, PPO. I need the PPO or the HPO.
Right.
You know,
All that crazy shit, man.
which I'm not knocking. You know, I'm not knocking that. Yeah, you know, hey, you know, if you get it. But you know, you can't let that career. That man, this place will take you out if you let it, bro.
Man.
This place will take you out if you let it. You know.
Verse 15, "And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee."
Right. Try worrying about shit. How you gonna pay these damn bills? The Lord put you in a situation to where you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
So when you got to depend on Him, then what?
Man.
That's when your faith really gonna be tested.
That's when your face is tested. When you don't know, okay, well damn, I don't know if I'm gonna get evicted, man. But hey, you know, I'm still gonna keep teaching.
Yep.
Then what you gonna do?
Man. We was talking about freezing bank accounts earlier. I'm just thinking like, man, just imagine Esau freeze. You know, people be, oh man, put a lien on this though. $20,000. Man, let Esau freeze $500 in your bank account. You gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, $500 get frozen. You like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like we're literally in a scenario situation where, bro, like, you know, the scriptures say that we walk in the peril of our overthrow, man. Every day. Every day you wake up, man. You know?
Yeah, like a trap. This place is a trap, man. Every which way, you know what I'm saying? It's pitfalls and everything that Esau set up. You know, whether it's financial or whatever, or whether it's playing on your flesh as far as your, you know what I'm saying, your lust, like, you know what I mean, eating or whatever the fuck it may be, bro.
Yep.
Everything about this fucking place is it's a system that was set up for you to fail, man.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
It says back in 2 Ezra 14 and 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
There it is.
Haste to flee in the times, man. And make yourself ready.
Yep.
And we in the times where these prophecies are popping off the pages, man. You know what I'm saying? Now more than ever, you know, hey, we've been talking about it. Now we gotta, you know, it's time.
Yep.
It's time, man. You know, it's time. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you got a lot of these Israelite camps, like the Kahan Benaiah just said, they're not getting that congregation ready, bro. When that time hits, man, a lot of people gonna be in straits. A lot of these other camps gonna be in straits, bro. A lot of people are gonna be trying to get a part of GMS.
Yep.
And that time, and guess what? At that time, guess what? We're gonna be like that little girl who told Forrest Gump, that you can't sit here.
Can't sit here.
Seats taken.
Yeah. Right.
It's gonna be too little, too late.
Yeah.
You little too
That's
late.
Matt. Well, shit, I'll get it. I hold it just for, you know, just to get it. But that's Matthew the 25th chapter. The parable of the virgins. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be at that time. You know.
Because this thing is not a information grab, bro. We could hold these scriptures, things like that, man. You gonna be tested, dog. You out here on the highways and byways telling people this, telling people that. The Most High is gonna test your integrity, dog.
Right.
He's gonna test whether or not you about what you're talking about.
And that's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
You know, that's a good thing, because that goes to show you, if you being tested, that's Yahweh Basham Shai at least showing that he dealing with you on some level, versus you not be getting tested at all. And you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times when the test comes, you know, we don't want to be the individuals that are fold. You know what I'm saying? That's why the things that we push here at Great Millstone is like prayer, man. Praying to Yahweh Basham Shai for more strength, for, you know, to strengthen our minds and the minds of the Akim. You know what I'm saying? Praying to the Lord that we can remain in the spirit. Right. Bro, it's a fight to stay in the spirit daily, bro. It's a fight to stay in the spirit, man.
Yep. Every day you bombarded with Satan telling you some bullshit, man.
Man, bro.
Sometimes you're like, man, shut the fuck up, man. You know, every day. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at least we have a conscience.
Right. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got guys out there, man, man, kiss my boot, man. Man, bow down. I'm gonna cut you with the scriptures. But
when was Yahweh Shai ever doing that?
It's like, okay, it's like, where's Yahweh Shai at in all this, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The guy, this guy, Alazar, they used to listen to Alazar, man. Alazar was sharp. Sometimes I would learn.
Yeah.
You and your car. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to put that in my arsenal, bro.
No, yeah.
But when it comes to the weightier things of the scriptures, like refining yourself,
right,
changing, you couldn't do it. Now look at Alazar, bro. Nigga crazy. You know, Deacon Hakai crazy. Nigga supposed to be the next Malachi Z. York.
Yep, exactly. Pretty much. I got a precept. No, go ahead.
All right, going back, 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 43 in the GNT says, farmers should not expect to harvest their crops or pick their grapes.
There it is.
Those who marry must not expect to have children, and those who don't marry must live as if they have been widowed. Anything that is done will be useless.
That's right. All these endeavors that we're doing in this world, it's not going to amount to anything. What's going to amount to something is the work that we put in out here on the highways and byways in our personal life with the brothers. That's what's going to matter, bro. Trying to change yourself, dog. Like, yeah, you know, trying to get better. You know, trying to get close to Yahweh Shai, man.
Yep.
Trying to really just, like, man, I'm trying to change. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be the same guy I was last year. doing the same weak ass shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, making yourself an acceptable sacrifice. You know, when the Most High smell you, it's a sweet savior, not a stench. Not like, what the fuck is this shit, man?
Right.
Yeah. No,
You know?
it's facts,
Dollar
man.
store. Insane.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm
It's they
saying?
give you a smell. They give you a headache.
Man, bro.
Man, bro. Damn, that's real. You know what I'm saying? Because we sacrifices, man. Like Nadab and Abihu, what did they do? They gave some stank ass sacrifice, and the Lord instantly killed him. Anyways, you got it.
Verse 46.
Yeah.
It says, foreigners will harvest their crops,
Think so?
seize their wealth, and tear down the houses, and carry off the children as slaves. Anyone who has children will bring them up to be slaves or to die of starvation.
Yeah, and that's going. You can speak
no,
on
go
this.
ahead, go
No,
ahead.
please, you got it.
No, you gotta go ahead, bro.
Well, I was just gonna say, and that's going into pretty much the children of these wicked ass niggas, man. You know, because those of us that are serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and doing the work in sincerity and in truth, man. Hey, the Lord is gonna protect our children, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is gonna protect us.
Man.
You know, but hey, the scriptures talk about how the multiplying brood of the wicked are not gonna flourish, for lack of better words, in the wisdom of Solomon. You know, though it talks about individuals that are born in vain, man.
Right.
You know, you got a lot of these YNs that are walking around and just these badass kids being born and things of that nature, man. A lot of them are being born to be destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, people trying to do their endeavors. You know what I'm saying? This is my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna start this business and do this and do that.
New year, new you. as they say.
Yeah, new year, new me.
Same niggas, bro.
Same, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it ain't gonna profit. You got it out.
Like, I'm gonna read that again. It says, 2 Ezra 16 and 46 in the GNT. It says, foreigners will harvest the crops, seize the wealth, and tear down the houses, and carry off the children as slaves. Anyone who has children will bring them up to be slaves or to die of starvation. And that reminds me of this system that Esau's about to set up.
Yep.
All the shit that these people are doing now, like we read up in that verse before, in verse 45, it says anything that is done is going to be useless.
Yep.
Why? Because he's going to crash that system. He's going to ultimately crash the system and bring forth something new. So all this money that you done saved up, that shit is going to be wiped out, and you doing it, and you ultimately just going to, these people who with kids, you just going to bring them up to be slaves, man.
Yep.
They're going to take that fucking mic, that fucking C-hip, man. You going to bring them up to be fucking slaves, or either they going to die of starvation. That's going into the Revelations 13. You can't buy or sell unless you have that mark, man.
Yep. Yep.
Let me get this last one. Verse 47, it says, anyone who makes money will do so only to see it violently taken away.
Man.
The more possessions people gather, the more they spend on their cities and houses, the more attention they give to their personal appearance, the more angry the Lord will become with them because of their sin.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
And that goes into
No, go ahead, Al.
and that goes into these last days, man. People walking after, you know, great pride, man. Read that verse again, if you don't mind.
2 Ezra 16 and verse 47, it says, anyone who makes money will do so only to see it violently taken away.
Violently taken.
Violently taken away, man.
All these niggas tell me, yeah, I'm getting money, you know what I'm saying? You know, all these niggas bragging on how much money they have. You know what I'm saying? Niggas still on Instagram putting money to their ear and shit.
Right.
Hey, when times get rough, man, all them niggas around cats like that, they gonna get got.
Yeah, they gonna get their ass got for sure.
Who that Pop Smoke, when they said they
Yeah.
saw the thing we were recording it,
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have all these, the social media is gonna have, that exposed to a lot of things you have. And even if things that you don't have, but you're basically trying to make like you have it, you gonna have somebody kicking in your door.
Yep.
See you coming down the street, they're gonna follow you.
Yep.
That-
Like
that-
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say that recently happened. I think it was like this week or last week. It was a rapper in Dallas, pretty much. He was recording a music video, and his ass got gunned down.
Man,
Yeah.
real.
Mm-hmm.
What was that nigga named Zeke the Wizard or some shit like that?
It was some shit like that, yeah. But yeah, he was doing a music video and got his
Big
ass
house.
gunned down. So that you know, that whole idea of, you know, trying to be the man on the side, man. Look, everything's getting ready to fucking collapse. Everything getting ready to crash.
Right.
You know, your Hellcat or whatever the case may be, whatever you got, man, that shit ain't gonna they ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna cut it, man.
Right.
Your relationship with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua was that's the main goal. Is how is your relationship with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? You know? You got it out.
It says, the more possessions people gather, the more they spend on their cities and houses, the more attention they give to their personal appearance, the more angry the Lord will become with them because of their sins.
It says the more angry the Lord will become with you because of their sins. You know? That's how you know we through. Not we, but this how you know we just done out here. It's finished out here,
Try
bro.
not to laugh either.
Like nigga bumping goddamn Cassie.
All y'all niggas in that truck.
Right.
In that truck, bumping Cassie. Bro, you got grown ass men in a truck blasting Cassie. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was in the goddamn. I thought I was in the 8th grade again.
That's that shit you listen to on your way home by yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Turn it down low. Right, nigga. This shit go hard.
Yeah, but I ain't finna jam this shit with the windows rolled down out of Dallas, Texas.
Like, we ain't supposed to go to fucking the bar. Like, hey, Todd.
Yeah, hey, play Cassie.
Yeah, you pull up.
Get in. Like, no, nigga. Get the fuck out of
Bring
here.
that shit with it on low, on the phone, back into a bitch.
Bruh. Hey, bro, it's cold as shit out here. Like, what are you doing riding with the windows rolled down?
Weak as hell.
That's the bro. We was talking about vain opinions, man. Everybody trying to be seen. Everybody trying to be the man.
Yeah, everybody trying to be the bad one.
Yeah, you know,
Shit whack as hell.
because it said in that verse, it says that they're gonna focus on themselves,
Right.
but they're not focusing on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You know.
All type of vanity.
Yep.
You know, everything is vanity. Everything is vanity. Vanity comes with pride, you know, because you so indulge with yourself. And what is pride? Pride goes before destruction.
That's it.
Scripture says.
Yep.
So this is a prideful land. People think this place can continue forever. Look at everybody walking around. They're not thinking about what's the economy what's about to happen to the economy. They're not thinking about the wars, the rumors of wars. They're thinking about who they're gonna try to get with tonight. They're thinking about what they're gonna drink tonight, what they're gonna smoke tonight. They're not thinking about how about Shemi Yahushua.
Bro, they don't even know. Like, a lot of these people don't even know what's even going on right now. Like, they don't even know about Venezuela. They don't know about, they don't know about Donald Trump of Colombia, Greenland. They don't know. Bro, the average person doesn't know about that.
Don't know about ICE going house to house.
They don't know about it.
He said, I said, yeah, going house to house.
Yeah.
Boy, these niggas cook.
Bro, the Department of Homeland Security literally just said that every American needs to be prepared to show papers, to pretty much prove themselves. It's bro, this is where we at right now, man.
Yeah.
The devil about to come down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time, man.
Right. So keep the birth certificate, your birth certificate, your social security card with you.
And that even with that being said, man, even with that, they can still take your ass. They don't give a damn.
Right.
I'm just adding on to your point out, but even with that, because there's the Jake in Minnesota, he got hemmed up, got carted off, got thrown into the back of a car, and just drove it off, and he ain't have no felonies, nothing. They knocked at they ain't knock at the door. They batter rammed this man's door down,
That's what the
grabbed him up, threw him in the car, and just took him away.
Test run. Man. A lot of stuff what we see going on are test runs.
Right. Yeah.
See, first off, how people are going to react. A lot of it is like situational testing, for lack of a better term. They got people, that's distracting them.
Yep.
That are crisis actors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just so they could, get the training on the time to come when they really start coming down.
Stress test.
man.
Stress test. Yep.
Your stress test.
Israel the ones training them goddamn ICE troops.
Right.
So you know it's gonna be them foreign troops coming over here. They're not gonna give a damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Israel taught not to give a fuck
Oh man.
about humanity other than the objective.
Yep.
They don't give a damn about no kids. They don't give about no grown. Bro, they raping grown men over there, bro.
Bro, they will eat your children.
The Israeli soldiers, they went, grabbed a man and raped that man, bro. And the person who, out of the video, she was ostracized by their own people. Like, we had a right to, they was like doing protests saying we had a right to do that. Actually didn't sit down on it. We have a right to do that. Well, you're a traitor. Why would you allow that out? and these dudes raped the man. Right?
I'm Slaki. What man you talking about?
A Palestinian man.
Okay, a Palestinian. Okay, got you. Okay, yeah.
Grabbed him
I know
up.
what you're talking about. I got
Grabbed
you
him
now.
up.
I thought you were talking about somebody else, but yeah.
Raped the man, bro.
Yep. That was going on prevalently during. That's been going on prevalently during with the whole Gaza Palestinian stuff, man.
They're trained to see these people as animals. Goyim, right? Which they do it on left-hand power. You don't do that. You don't wreck no man.
Right.
Oh, he's an animal, so he might as well. And these are the same people that's trained in ICE. So what do you think when shit gets crazy? What do you think these people gonna be doing in that day? These ICE soldiers gonna be doing in that day?
Man, you
get
see,
down.
bro. You see some of them videos. They always wear masks, bro.
Yeah.
They look like fucking Israelis. Bro.
A lot of
Yeah.
them, a lot
Bro,
of
they do
them,
not look
they
like,
was
bro.
saying
Yeah.
that a lot of them are foreigners.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yeah. And they're not. I'm sorry.
Then I heard some of the ICE officers and like the regular officers getting into it now. Like,
Yeah.
Like regular cops.
Yeah.
Get into it, yeah, bro.
It was a J cop that was I forgot where it was at, but he was like telling them they couldn't come in. He was an officer. He was a police officer. I think it was in maybe New York, but he was like, "Nah, you can't come through here. Y'all can't come and just try to pull people out, off their jobs and stuff. He was like, you can't come in here."
See?
He was like combating against one another.
And that's division. That's Egyptian against Egyptian, man. The Lord is stirring up a spirit of controversy, man. You know, like you said, you think them ICE agents and not even just necessarily them, but even the troops. That's what they ain't finna. Them UN soldiers,
These niggas ain't for some play.
man. Just because you crying and screaming.
Yep. Everybody has a disdain for Americans. The pride of this place, the arrogancy. When people are chomping, these other nations are chomping at the bit to get over here and kick some ass, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when that time comes, they're not gonna have any pity on you people. And the people who are going to be targeted the most are the easiest targets of society. Women and children.
Yep. I got something. This is Ezekiel 9, verse 5 and 6. It says, I'm sorry, verse 4. It says, "And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity."
That's right. And the Most High is going to use these troops, you know what I'm saying, to do that. Now, this is talking about an angel right here.
Yep.
But, angels are utilized to issue out the Lord's judgment.
Right.
Right? So, these angels are going to be guiding these troops to do some
Man, bro.
nasty work, bro. That's why having the covering of Yahweh Shai, their blood is going to be important.
Yes.
And these other camps, they're not pushing it, man. Shame on them, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
Shame on them, man. It's not a time to be on podcasts and, kiki and hi-hi with Esau.
Right.
With a real nigga Academy shirt on.
Right.
Yep.
Kick that door down, drag your ass up under that.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. Because the only sought out commodity in these times will be mercy.
That's it.
The narrative of the story that Yahweh Shai will bring is straight judgment.
Yep.
That's it. That's what controls the narrative in these times. Judgment. That's where we at.
Yep.
If you ain't got that mark out there that the brother going into, the wah, your ass is grass, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know how that the wise the elder was mentioning. What do you say? The Lord want to hear them hear the destruction that's going to come upon the people.
Yeah.
He said, "In my hearing, go through and smite."
Yeah.
So he wants to hear this destruction. That's why people say, "Oh, the Lord, He loves everybody." What about the ones He's going to go through and have these angels setting these troops and these other people go through and smite them? He said, "I want to hear these things."
Yep. In my ears, in my ear. Yeah, pretty much. And to the others, he said, "In mine ears, go through and smite." Matter of fact, I'll read it real quick again. And to verse 5, Ezekiel 9 and 5, and to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite.
go through these cities and I want to hear the screams. You know, I want to hear the trouble that's going to be brought upon, you know, the areas you're going to be in, especially here in Babylon.
Yep.
The Lord want to hear these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because what? The Lord is not a respected person. You know, I just said the Lord is not a respectable person. All right.
Yep.
Then, like I say, this is people gonna build up all this iniquity. The Lord's gonna go through and purge all that, and this is gonna be one of the purges.
Yeah. The requirement is blood, man.
Yep.
The requirement is blood. If the blood of Yahweh Shai is not covering you in these last days, whose blood is he going to require? He going to require you. At the end of the day, when the sacrifice is done, the blood is required. You know what I'm saying?
So the wages of sin is death. That's right.
The only way the land can be cleansed is by the blood. That's shed.
Yep. Lord said he want to hear you scream. Hey, that song Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. He says that in that song. Hey, I want to hear you scream. Yep. That's what the Lord's saying there. That's scary, bro.
Man, bro. Let's talk about women being bereaved of their children. Matter of fact, I'll get that here after this. It says, verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children.
So everybody gonna get that work. Old, young, maiden, children. The Most High don't give a damn about how beautiful your children are.
Right.
He don't care.
Right. My son, my child's first steps.
Yeah,
Man.
So
what? You know?
I don't care nothing about that, bro.
Man, you heard them Ice Ages saying, fuck them kids.
Yep.
When they was out there in the cold, bro.
That's child's play. That's child's play compared to what they're gonna be doing.
Bro.
F them kids is pretty much them saying, "Oh, how you doing, little kid?" That's pretty much what fuck them kids is right now. It's gonna get to the point where it's gonna be 9 times, 10 times worse than that shit.
Right.
Talking about having you just gonna be seeing, bro. You gonna be seeing little children just them just throwing babies out of windows.
Yep.
I'm telling you, like I can envision it.
I mean, hey man, these are the same guys who did that to the northern tribe, bro.
Right.
It's not far fetched what the brother is saying. You know, when Esau came over here, they used to have competition on who could be the most barbaric.
Yep.
You know, one dude slice a man's arm off with his sword, like, oh, I got one better. Watch this.
Right.
Grab a woman that's pregnant, slit her belly open, get the baby, stomp it out.
Yep. In front of everybody.
I got that book in my bag. It's called The American Holocaust.
Man, bro.
Man, bro, it's bad. Bro.
I wish I still had that book, bro.
Came over here and acted an ass.
Bruh. And that was, bro, but that was the judgment of the Lord. That was the Lord doing that.
Yep.
That was Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai doing that. He put the spirit on them conquistadors and them Spaniards to do that.
Yeah.
Them Edomites. Remember man, hey, the Esau is the whooping stick of the Lord, man.
That nigga ain't supposed to play with you either, man.
He is not finna play no games with your ass. You know, or he won't be on that whole motherfucking me, I'm a sovereign citizen, bow. And white meat all over the goddamn road. You know what I'm saying? Sovereign citizen my ass. As sovereignly in the spirit world.
A lot of you women out there that you wanna go march, you liberal, you wanna take your shirt off. A lot of y'all gonna get your asses
Beat the fuck down. Like for real. Bad.
Motherfuckers gonna be getting shot.
And you ain't finna be hearing that. That shit ain't gonna help you.
You only got so many of them anyways.
Right.
Up so occupied.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck around, get busted, and all of a sudden they gonna hear sirens, get all happy, and it's gonna be a Jake in there with a beard. You know what I'm saying? Brother driving the cars. Driving
Hello, what's going on?
Man.
This shit supposed to get real, man. We feel it, dog. We right around the corner, dog.
Like
right
you feel it, bro. You can feel it, like you said, Zaquan. You can feel it, bro.
Feel it, bro.
I had talked to Elder Barak about mistake last night, but it was the spirit though out of LA. He been deployed. He was telling me, he said, the spirit, the way the spirit is of the Lord with judgment, he said he feel like he's gonna get deployed. Now back to the military, he got the feeling of war, like
something getting ready to happen.
Man,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I never been deployed, but shit, I understand it.
Woo-wee. I know that's a very solemn feeling.
That brother right there, square business, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
dangerous because these people walking around not understanding at the end of the day, the only end to this is judgment.
Okay, you should be good.
Right. I'm gonna get this real quick. 2nd Ezra 7:34. But judgment only shall remain.
Right.
This the only thing people got to look forward to is judgment. Second Ezra 7:34. But judgment only shall remain. Truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong. These people walking around here not realizing the only thing they're gonna look forward to is judgment, man. And again, that's gonna be the narrative on the planet Earth right now through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemashah is nothing but judgment. And that day, like right now, you find your cars, your gold and silver, that's fine, you know, whatever. Those commodities ain't gonna have shit to do with it.
Nah.
Mercy at that time is the commodity that you can be searching for right now.
That's it.
You got to have a relationship with the Lord, man. It's gonna get bad out here, man.
Yeah.
We see it. Brother, we feel it.
Yep.
And it could be all of a sudden too.
Yep.
All of a sudden you could go to the store and this shit just astronomical. I mean, last year everybody was complaining about prices, bro. What you think gonna happen this year? These tariffs still going on.
Right. It ain't gonna go down.
You know what I'm saying? On
So
top of, no, it's okay. On top of they gonna start clamping down on, you know what I'm saying, on people, you know what I'm saying, student loan shit like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? People are already shit maxed out credit cards. Interest rate about to hit people, dog.
And people talking like, oh yeah, you know, he's gonna make the APR on credit cards 10%. You know, we're good. They're like, bro, that's a clear indicator that something big like that. That's a clear indicator this shit's getting ready to crash, bro.
Right. This shit's over, bro.
It's just done. There ain't no patch or no kind of band-aids that can be put on Babylon, man.
All roads lead to war.
Yes.
Trump is trying to formulate a war. He's already meddling in wars.
Yep.
Esau is gonna revert back to the sword to get himself out of the situation.
That's it.
And we know, prophetically speaking, that it's not gonna work this time. He's gonna bark up the wrong tree and he's gonna lose.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. That's all it is, man. Like through the spirit, you know, we've been saying, you know, Esau just jockeying for position. Because these elites, whether you got the whole theater of Russia against America, and you know, at the end of the day, these elites, you know, they're positioning themselves for a greater piece of the pie. But the Lord's gonna have it to rise. They're just gonna fight each other. Cause that's how it's always been. You know, even when you go into the time of the Greek Empire, you know, with Antiochus Epiphanes and you know the Ptolemaic Empire and the Seleucid Empire, that was Esau against Esau.
Exactly.
You know, the different Syrian wars, that was just Esau just fighting each other. It was just Esau just fighting the whole time. You know? And that's how the Lord gonna have this place go down to the point whereas right now what we see, it shows as if it's this person against this person, this nation against, you know, Trump against Putin. That's what we see on the news. That's what's being shown to us. You see? But what's really gonna cause this shit to pop off is after the MOTV is rolled out and they formulate their plan, that's when war's just gonna break out. And you just gotta just think how the Lord is gonna do it. It's just gonna be so precise. It's gonna be so beautiful how the Lord gonna do it.
Yeah.
So elegant.
Yep. And a lot of these people gonna be caught off guard because they're desensitized to violence.
Yep.
They see violence every day. Oh, school shooting here. Oh, this guy got killed. Oh, you know, there's war over here, war over there. So when it finally happens here, it's gonna be all of a sudden because they're not paying attention.
Yep.
You know, people could tell you more about, you know what I'm saying, the stats of the last game, the football game versus, you know, geopolitical news. A lot of people gonna be caught, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna catch them as a thief in the night.
Yep.
This is 2 Peter 3, verse 9. It said the Lord is not slack concerning his promise.
Man, I was sitting there right there for you. I got you.
Well, that's heavy.
I got this. I had that the whole time.
Yeah.
I read it for you. 2 Peter 3 and 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Yeah, and all should come to repentance. But the Lord, what we're talking about, the prophecy in these times is not going to be candy canes and lollipops. It's going to be a constant decline in Esau's kingdom before the Lord comes to take this man down. And we're seeing that the progression of the downfall. All right, and that's what's been prescribed by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord is not slacking concerning his promise. As we read in Ezekiel 9, that is what the Lord prescribed. So this is something that's actually going to go down. As the scripture said, Habakkuk tarry, wait for it. It's surely going to happen. Because the Lord is not slack to what he's telling you what's going to happen.
Yep.
And as the men of the Lord, what is it, Isaiah 56? Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. All right, we're letting our people know, Israel, the so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans, of your transgressions. If you don't turn back for repentance, the Lord is going to bring forth destruction upon you. That is his promise. That is something that's not going to go slack.
I feel like it's slack, but
Yeah.
go back to the example of the flood. It was 100 plus years, it was slack. Then when he made good on his word, the word brought the flood in.
Yep.
And the same thing happened because it said that same word is kept in store today. So it seems like it's slack, but it's not. It's on time. Look at everything that's happening. Everything that's happening is not random. It's prophetic, man. All the curse we put on this place, get it with the apostles before they came on YouTube, and now the men on down, the words of the Lord is like a boomerang effect. This now the words of the Lord is causing disruption on planet Earth. So everything that's happening with these events is not random. It's biblical. It's prophecy, man.
Yep.
First Peter 4:7 goes into what? The end of all things. The end of the world is at hand. You know, it's coming soon, as it said. I think it read in the NLT. The end of the world is coming soon. We're at the end. So what manner of men will you ought to be when these times come? Because, like I said, because the Lord, these prophecies are setting up, and they're actually at the end. We're in the final stages of the final prophecy.
Yep.
That's why you see AI running rampant. That's why you see all these wars that are transpiring throughout the world. You see everybody losing jobs left and right.
Man.
You see all these women now, they walk running around naked.
Yep.
All this was spoken about through what? Through the word, through the Lord telling you these things will be going on in these times. That's why it says in Matthew 24, you read upon that, people will be marrying, getting married.
Man, just think about that. Yeah. Days of Noah.
The days of Noah.
Yep.
Man.
And they're going to continue doing it because they don't look for the Lord. They're not looking for the Lord. That's why the Lord is going to surprise them. It's going to be a big surprise. What is that in Isaiah where it says, mentioned earlier, gross darkness.
Yep.
People are ignorant to the fact of what's happening here in Babylon, what's happening here in the world.
Yep.
But this is a part of the Lord's promise. And it's not going to, like I say, you think it's slacking now, but it surely is going to come. These things are about to happen.
Right.
Ready or not. Who that song? Ready or not, here I come?
Yep.
Yeah. You can't hide. It's going to find you. This is going to happen.
Exactly. That's right. That's Amos 8th chapter.
Verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
There you go. It's going to come in a thief in the night. As the preacher mentioned, Amos, you know, it's going to happen. You're going to try to run from it, or you're going to run into a bear. You try to go over here, a snake going to bite you. Wherever you go, you're going to be within the thick of things. The Lord is setting up for a mighty destruction that's going to come upon us. But like I said, it's going to constantly build up.
Yep. And Isaiah 13 says what? It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Letting you know that this destruction is going to be something that the world has never seen.
Right.
It ain't just going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be something that's going to be like, wow, like a higher power was in control of this destruction.
Exactly.
You know?
And like I say, the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. Hey, a thief don't send you email. He don't call you. He come when you least suspect it. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a total surprise to a lot of people. You know, that's why the Lord says, shall I find faith in these days? Because a lot of people ain't going to have faith. They're going to think, because they, like you say, the Lord is all love. You know, unconditional love. No, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, has conditions. And it's going to come and it's going to surprise a lot of people because they're going to be like, why? Why is this happening? Because look what's happening. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked.
Psalm 64 and verse 9, it says, and all men shall fear and shall declare the works of the Most High, but they shall wisely consider of his doings. People gonna know when the Lord is putting his foot in your backside, man. These people gonna understand then, man. All this joking that Jake doing, you know what I'm saying? Making skits about, talking down on the man of the Lord, mocking. Okay, when these words come to pass, like it tells you in Isaiah, the Lord said, "His word ain't coming back void, man.
Right.
It's gonna go out and it's gonna accomplish what it's meant to accomplish, man." And when this Lord brings this instruction that we reading about, the apostles been reading about, your ass is gonna know. You gonna understand then. Damn, like it says in Ezekiel, then they shall know that the prophet had been among them. Right. You gonna know then, man. Damn, this that power. This is your how about Shem Yahushua that we've been telling you niggas about, man.
Yep.
That's why the brother, go ahead, Mike. You got it.
No, I'm just reading this right here.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got it.
No, go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
like the brother poured out in Peter's, it says you are willingly ignorant among the scoffers of the words. See, these words is what's bringing this stuff to. See, these words of the Bible, man, is making things happen. I keep going to that because, man, it's crazy, man. Because this was the time we're living in. He said, be not afraid, when you hear these things, because the word shall bring forth the end. In 2 Ezra chapter 6 and 15, man. The word is causing these things to take place.
That's right.
So the words, not just words, remember, it's Yahushua because he comes in the volume of the book. Revelation speak about the spirit of prophecy. It's all about prophecy, man.
Right.
It's gonna catch you people off guard. So you walk around not knowing, just like a big ass wall, ready to, like a swelling wall, like a bulging wall, like Isaiah 30 and 13 says.
Yep.
Pretty soon it's gonna collapse suddenly on your ass without notice.
Right. Yep. You been warned too. Like, hey, watch out! Don't walk by that wall, bro.
Yep.
What Ezekiel 3:17? Warn the people.
Yep. So once that bulging wall breaks down and that dam breaks down, because just imagine it's a dam with the water and it's leaking, it's cracked up, and you're like, look, you need to get out the city. That dam is getting, like, nah, we good, and they over here just cursing your ass out, man. Shut the fuck up, nigga. All of a sudden, that's exactly what happened.
I knew some people that had to come down here, and they knew this one female saying, man, I'm going to this F. Katrina party.
Wow.
That same female that was at the F. Katrina party, she on the news begging for pampers for her children.
Wow. See that?
You hear stories like that, man.
Yep.
Motherfuckers dying of dehydration because they on that roof.
Yep. I remember all that.
I know. Dude, this guy that I knew passed away, but his father died on the roof. Dehydration, old man.
Mid of the summer too.
Dead summer.
Humid as all hell.
Dead
water.
Yeah. Just
dead
all
bodies
kinds
in the
of
water.
just
They get to the
disease.
dome,
Man.
to the Super Bowl, and they got inmates in there with
Yep.
regular people, so you already know it was going down.
Yep.
Women getting tossed up.
Shit, they were showing you on them on that documentary that came out on Netflix how those helicopters, those military helicopters, they were seeing Jake on the roof. They were flying they were just flying right over Jake and going to go get Edomites, man.
Yep.
Bro, they said that the dude said once he seen that, because they had some old Edomites up in a building, he said they put them out there and stepped back. He said then them niggas want to come. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Then, like, bro, yeah, man.
Yep. Then Jake was trying to go to Esau's neighborhoods. They were getting their ass shot.
Getting their ass blasted. Yep.
Motherfuckers still walking around who did it too.
Yep.
They got on camera admitting it.
Yeah, they talking about it.
They're like, yeah, we killed him. We had to do what we had to do.
Yep.
No trial, nothing.
Nothing.
Jake don't realize what time it is in that day.
Yeah.
One thing that Esau can always count on is black fear. When shit get rough, he can always revert back to that. We gotta watch out for these people. We gotta watch out for this, and it always works.
Yep. It's like that when in Exodus when we was in Egypt. When that new Pharaoh rose up, he was like, "Man, look, we need to do something with these. We need to do something with these Hebrews.
Right. Yeah.
At least they get too numerous and they overtake us, man. We gotta. It said let us deal wisely with them,
Man.
because it's that, like you said, that like the elder mentioned, that black fear. And the scripture says, Revelation 11, the scripture says that what great fear fell upon them which saw them when they stood upon their feet. They already afraid.
Yep.
You know.
They bring forth rigor.
Yeah.
Make things hard on them.
And that causes him to move fast and out of control, and to act tacky. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Cause Esau, man, he about to go buck wild out here, man.
Yep.
You guys.
back in 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
That's gonna happen. That's what the end all gonna be all gonna come to when what? You're gonna have all these wars. It's basically gonna come what? A true hot war. You're gonna have the beast gonna hate the poor. They're gonna bring forth what? Thermonuclear destruction. And when it says in the scripture, what it says it's gonna be rolled up looking like a scroll.
Yep.
That's that thermonuclear destruction. It's gonna bring forth. What is that when it say your eyes be?
Zechariah 14.
Zechariah 14.
Yep.
Going to how your eyes gonna be nothing to your sockets. Roughly paraphrasing on that.
Yep.
See, that's what the end all be all is that. And what did we just read in the verse before that? The Lord is not slack concerning his promise. All these things we're talking about is going to lead up to what the elder is talking about right now. Jacob's trouble. All right, Esau, what is that? Revelation 12:12. Esau going to come down with great wrath, knowing he got a short time. You know, all these foreign troops that's going to come down upon you. Then you're going to have what? These wars that's going to happen.
Yep.
Everything is happening as we see simultaneously, but it's going to trickle down to worse, bad times. It's going to get worse for the people in the cities. It's going to get worse for the people that's out there having war. Then what? The Lord is going to put the spirit on these kings to push the button to bring forth what? Nuclear destruction.
Yep. I mean, just think about how Egypt collapsed when the Lord brought those different plagues. The Lord destroyed their economy.
Yeah.
He literally destroyed every facet of their economy, and Egypt was booming. You know, Egypt at that time was like America. America is modern day Egypt, like it tells you in Revelation 11. So when he put the plague out there to turn the water, the Nile River into blood, and all the vessels of water turned to blood, what do you think that caused? That messed up their whole shipping industry and their fishing industry, man. And they relied heavily on fish,
Right.
in Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
Nile River. That's the longest river.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yep.
They were actually worshipped it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Lord created an economic. Then the cattle, that cattle plague, and the cattle died. That was another form of they pockets getting hurt. Crops being destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Plagues of darkness. You know, boils. You know what I'm saying? People getting all kinds of sicknesses and disease. The Lord fucked Egypt up, bro. Like fucked Egypt up bad.
Killed the firstborns too.
That was a key one.
Yep. Hey, in order for your economy to continue, you have to have a certain level of birth rates. You know, for the workforce.
Yep.
Especially in ancient times when it was more manual labor.
Yep. And the scripture says that I will bring plagues to Egypt as before. You know.
You know, you have a lot of people that read Exodus, they hear about the plague. They don't really come to mind to think that. They think like, okay, the next plague, and this the next plague. They think it like it's a day-to-day thing, and they cleaned it up and it was all good. Right. These things linger.
Yep.
You know, it ain't like it. You know, you have all these dead frogs. You gotta clean it up. That probably you don't know that lasted some time out there. You know, the crops died. That lasted some time. I mean, when your crops die, you ain't finna just get no crops up.
Locusts.
Yeah, locusts.
They died.
Yeah, they died.
They got a stench.
It got a stench. All them dead frogs and things, and dead. You know what I'm saying? Dead fish. All them dead fish. You know, like the Lord. It wasn't. You know, it wasn't like you said. It wasn't just like pop up, done, and then something else happened.
Yeah.
No, like all them dead. You know, it's gonna cause bugs. You know. Fish dying, you know, frogs probably just leaping out the water and shit, and the Lord just calls it. You know, when frogs multiply, and them motherfuckers multiply.
Man, it said got in their food, all that shit.
Yeah.
Through.
See, and then you look at living for the Lord did all this work because he heard his people. He heard the cry of
That's
his
it.
people.
That's it.
That he heard it and it came up to him, and he wanted to deliver them. So he brought forth this to their enemies. Now it's nothing new under the sun. The Lord is hearing our cry. All right, and like it's I think
Need to use the charger?
Word is going to go throughout the four corners of the earth.
I use my charger.
Yeah, we already see it.
Slaki.
The world is this word went always to the four corners of the earth. Now you start to see what the collapse of what the hammer of the earth. all these things that are happening is due to the Lord hearing the cry of what? The men. All right, they're sighing and crying for the abomination thereof.
What? Yours,
Yeah, it should be
Towards
fast.
the end,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
10, the earth also
I might
and
like
the
100%
works that
on mine.
are therein shall be
Throw
burnt
out
up.
And the worst they're in can be burnt up. You got all these buildings, you know, all these things that what said they shall build, but I shall throw down.
Yep.
You know, all the wickedness the Lord said has reached up to the heavens. So now the Lord is going to do what? He's going to bring it down, and He's going to use Esau that He put in his mind to create and build his own devices. All right, which is what? The thermonuclear weapons. They're going to come out of those silos. Bro, we're on the verge of war, of nuclear war now.
Yep.
We're here.
It's literally something that's it's a heavy topic that's talked about on mainstream media. World War III.
Yep.
Like JD Vance, you know, the vice president, JD Vance, is literally having a conversation with I forgot the guy's name, but pretty much he has a podcast, and he was pretty much explaining all the implications of World War III. Like where we at right now with China and the East China Sea and Taiwan, Iran, you know, Ukraine with Russia, NATO troops going to Ukraine, the whole Greenland situation with Denmark sending their troops and France sending their troops and America talking about, Trump talking about taking Greenland. Bro, that's all that, bro, that's implications of world war.
Yeah. They're setting the stage for it. When you look at when you go look at World War I and World War II, what did they do? They started setting the stage. They started going to different areas. They were preparing for war. When you look at it, this is preparing for war, and what is like 4 or 5 years ago, probably a little sooner than that. What was China doing? What was America doing? What was all these other countries doing? What, those war games? Why do you think you don't spend, when you shoot a missile off or do something like that, that costs a ton amount of money? Millions. You think they was doing that just to say, let's just do it and just chill and just see what we got? No, they're preparing for something. So now we're gonna see these things, bro. These things are happening. You know,
Right before your face.
Yep.
And here it is, Yahweh Bashim Shai called us through the spirit of prophet Yahweh Bashim Shai, begin with the apostles on down to let you know of these things before they happen. So that you won't be without excuse. You know? You're not gonna have no excuse to be like, you know, I didn't know about the thermonuclear missile. Yeah, well, yeah, you heard it. You know?
I always be thinking like, you just have somebody to say that, and then when it actually happens, you know how they say you see your life flash before your eyes. They'll see that little moment where they maybe walk by, and they told them that, you know, they heard that, they just walked by, didn't really pay attention.
One of them go off.
You know,
Test 100 million.
as it said in Hosea 4, you know, they rejected this knowledge, so the Lord is going to reject you. You're going to see that moment where the Lord gave you that word, where you walk by, you didn't pay no attention.
Yep.
You put it up on YouTube and just turned it because you didn't want to pay attention. You may have scoffed.
It's gonna be a witness against you in that day.
I got something for you. I asked AI, how much does it cost to shoot a missile? The cost to fire a missile varies widely, from a few $1,000s for basic unguided rockets to over $100 million for advanced ballistic missile interceptors.
Bro. For an advanced missile interceptor.
Right.
That's just one. Man.
So when Iran, those drones came and shot at Israel, those interceptors, each one was 100 million, like to shoot to basically intercept the missiles in there. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, and you know how fast, how many missiles, because it look like a laser, how fast they be shooting. So that's hundreds.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Man. That's why America spends so much money on their so-called, you know, on their defense budget.
Yep.
They spend trillions of dollars on a defense budget, man. You know, but it's not necessarily a defense for them, as if they're defending themselves against foreign opposition. No, it really needs to be called the offensive the offense budget.
Yeah.
You know, because America's on the offensive of all these different wars. I mean, look at it right now. And what you know, what the hell happened to Maduro? Like he just got taken and that was it.
Took a picture and that was it.
Took a picture with his thumbs up and now he just nowhere to be. You don't hear about him, nothing.
Right.
He probably on East Island Island, chilling. You know,
saying he want to Trump said he want to take over Greenland because that'd be too close to America if Russia took over. But yet you're in Poland.
Right.
You want to be in Ukraine. You want to be in all these places right next door to them.
Yep.
You know, we know them. Those are Edomites as well. Like I said, when you look at all the wars that have been going on, and even from the time of the Greeks, Romans, it's been heavy Edomites presence.
Yep.
Because this is his world, and he's utilizing his blessing, which is the sword.
Yep. I got something real quick just to back up your point. I know it's in the book of Psalms. Pull it up real fast. Here it is. Okay. Oops. Green Bay. Psalm 37:35. It says, I'm going to read verse 34 and verse 35. It says, wait on Yahweh and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it.
We're going to see the wicked being cut off. All right? Because the Lord said in Isaiah 9, it's going to be what? It's going to be set up with burning the fuel of fire. Then it's going to be what? The kingdom of heaven is going to be set upon earth. We're going to see these things. We're going to see the downfall of Esau Edom. All right? Because it says in Sirach 10, because unrighteous dealing, riches gotten by deceit, his kingdom is going to be translated. We're going to see that translation and see the downfall of our enemy.
Yep.
The downfall of the wicked one. When you say the wicked one, it don't talk about the heathen nation. You have 16 of them, but that wicked one is what? The Edomites.
Right.
And we're going to see that downfall.
Yep. And Malachi, the first chapter, tells you that Esau is the border of wickedness, letting you know who the wicked is. All right. Verse 35, I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree.
Yeah. Even because this is the most lucrative and widespread empire that Esau ever had. When you look at Greek and the Roman, they were just over in the Eastern Hemisphere. Esau now, from the American empire, yeah, it is an empire. They are spread throughout the four corners of the earth. Look at how many embassies they got. They got embassies all in these different countries. They come and say they finna come and set up democracy. They finna get you from a dictatorship. And what do they say? They say, well, we're gonna help you get your government back together. Let me put an embassy here. We're gonna set somebody up to rule to basically help run your country. Bro, that's basically America controlling you now.
Yeah, it's pretty much a garrison, tributarian or a garrison. You know, because the King David put garrisons in Edom. You know, he put garrisons in all the various different nations, but specifically he mentioned Edom.
Yep.
Just so them niggas couldn't, you know what I'm saying, it couldn't spread themselves, man. You know, yeah, Joab that was cutting off the men of Edom at that time. Because we knew. If you let these niggas spread, man, all chaos chaos gonna erupt. You know, but Esau had to pretty much get his foothold up out of there for ultimately prophecy to come to pass for this bullshit here in America to come to pass.
Right, exactly.
You know?
That's why in Job said he got a bound that he cannot pass. He got a certain point what the Lord allowed him to get to. It was that only he will let in 2 Thessalonians. The Lord let him do this to this certain point, but now he's got to be taken out the way.
Yep, we had to fall away. Ultimately, we had to fall away and lose our nationality and our heritage for us to come back to our nationality and heritage, ultimately to hope in Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Because, Jake doesn't have no hope in the world because they don't know who they are. They don't know what to hope in. They have hope. They have hope in other things, but the things that they hope in is vain, or they hope in death. Right. But they don't believe. They don't even know it's death.
Yep.
Because it's pushed on the side as if it's life.
Yep.
You know, it's promoted to you as the way. You know, when it's really a way that's not going to be advantageous to you. It's going to just promote death, destruction, chaos, rebellion. That's really the key thing is rebellion. What Esau pushes is complete rebellion against his way, against Yahweh B'Shem Shai's way.
Yeah, spread it like a green bay tree. Now you look, everybody's sick, everybody nose running, everybody got beer bellies, coughing, mad, frustrated.
Yep.
Shit, people are passing out, being unalive left and right. This ain't living. It's like Marvin Gaye said, this ain't living. But you can think of Esau. You can thank Esau for causing all of this.
Yep. I got a few more here. It says, I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Going into pretty much ultimately, even though the wicked is spreading themselves like a flourishing tree, eventually that tree finna be cut down.
Right.
And who's gonna be the one that's gonna cut it down? Yahweh Bashem Shai, man.
Right.
In the beginning, yeah, you took it out right on my, yep.
65.
I've healed them by the prophets. You know, and the scripture said, Yahweh Shai said, he said, what? The axe has been laid to the root. Yahweh Shai is that axe. You know what I'm saying? Is hewing down this tree. I think it's in the book of Ezekiel where it talks about how pretty much Egypt is likened unto a huge tree. I think it's like Ezekiel 30. Like it's one of them. I'll find it eventually, but pretty much eventually, the tree had the height of it was higher than all the other trees. You know what I'm saying? And then the Lord pretty much cut it down. I'm gonna look for it real quick. I think it's okay. Ezekiel 17 is what it is. You know, because Esau holds the height of the hill, and when you got the height of the hill, if you look at it in war terms, when you got the high ground, you got the advantage over everybody, man. You know, it's harder to fight going up than it is to shoot going down.
Right. You see everything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It can't surprise you. It can't surprise you. You know.
Yeah. Right. And that's why Jerusalem was so a coveted city that everybody wanted to covet after, man. Because Jerusalem sat upon a high hill. Right. So when you look at Jerusalem, it wasn't like like Jerusalem was like it was higher, and also too it had great walls around it, man. You know. That's why Yahweh Shai said what he said, that a city that's set on the hill cannot be hid, because it's talking about us. You know. We're the high, we're the strong tower, and we're the banner through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Well, Yahweh Shai is the banner, but we're the ones that's lifting up the signal pole. Like, hey, this is where it is for safety. You got to come up here to the high mountain. You know what I'm saying? But we're so lowly that it don't look like it's a high mountain. It look like, man, y'all in the fucking valley. Like, look at these guys. But we in the highest position right now through the spirit.
Right. The strong tower.
The strong tower, man.
Right.
You know.
Can you read that last part one more time? What you just read?
What, Ezekiel?
Was it? When it says,
The green bay tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Or Ezekiel, Psalm, my bad. Psalm 37 and 6. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not.
Yeah, he passed away. Lord, when you read in the book of Job, it said this dude is going to fly away like a dream, man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to be seen no more. These people going to be asking, where is he at? You mean to tell me with something called Edomites? But he's gone now. He's going to fly away like a dream. I can't remember, it's Job 3rd chapter or the 11th chapter? I know it's in the book of Job, So this devil is going to fly away like a dream. He ain't going to be no more, man. He's about to get taken out of rulership, and eventually he's going to get it exterminated and obliterated off of the earth, man, after he served that 1,000 years of hardcore captivity.
Yep.
I got one real quick. Y'all made a point on how he was on the fact of him when he falls.
Job.
And the brother said that we're going to get to
Job
see
20.
it.
That's right.
Oh, it was Job 20?
Yeah, that was Job 20.
Squatter, brother. Squatter. Yeah, I just want to get one on that real quick. It's because we're definitely going to see this devil spawn, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? We can be part of that, you know what I'm saying? But this is Ecclesiasticus Sirach 25 and verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. Which, with Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, we could be a part of that number to be able to see these devils downfall, man. We're in the process of that downfall as we speak. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, once this Third World War comes about, fully, to its extent, this devil's kingdom is going to be done, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, like the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world, Jacob's the beginning of it that follow it. Then it'll be the beginning of the kingdom of Yahweh Shai in joint heir. Lord willing, we could be a part of that, the kingdom of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? Beginning starting with the elect. So, and that'll bring the joy of the children, man. Because right now, the scriptures, one of the curses, man, the scriptures say that the fruit of the body, which is our children, is cursed right now. You know what I'm saying? So the scriptures say bringing forth little monsters, all kind of stuff. It's through right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, and there's certain, you know, like brothers, you know, we have been blessed to have, you know, children in this time, and our children be, you know, because we're raising them, thus said the Lord, you know, and we've been able to have raised, you know, being able to have children decent, you know, it's decent here, you know what I'm saying, for us, for certain brothers. You know, I can't speak for all. I you know, myself, you know, I know certain brothers, I see them, you know, their kids and everything, and their children are beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? But overall, our nation is cursed, and the children are through, man.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
so ultimately, that joy of the children is gonna come about in the coming kingdom, man. You know, when Yahushua cracks them clouds, comes back, take these devils down. You know, those crowns on his head. You know, it symbolizes him taking the rulership from these devils and these joint heir nations, and joint heir with Esau on the left hand. You know, but once that happens, then that joy of the children is going to officially take full effect, take place.
Yep. Because you can't, like you said, you can't enjoy your children here, man.
Nope. Too busy trying to work.
Too busy, exactly. Too busy trying to work, you know. And then you give your children to complete strangers for pretty much the whole damn day.
Yep. You spend half of your time trying to de-indoctrinate them. That's
Right.
the word.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know.
Right.
They get 40 hours a week. We get about 20 total.
Right.
Yep. And they get the worst of you. They get the grouchy tire of you.
Right. Yeah,
Your kids,
bro.
when you want to come on, your kids want to play you. Just sit down.
Right.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Man, bro.
Damn. You know. Kids look at you like, Daddy. You like, no, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
I
sit
gotta
down.
do is sit down.
Right. Here's, you know, you play with this.
Man, straight.
Yep. Kids be talking about sit down. You put your kid for a TV, all of a sudden they know all the Christmas songs. Like, damn.
Man.
Bro.
Like, no, we don't celebrate that. Say Hanukkah. You get mad. It's like, well, damn, you put it in front of the damn TV.
Right.
Then the only time you get some free time is the damn TV. It's like, it's fucked up, man.
Right. School and bed. School, like you say, even with the so-called holidays, man, you try to teach your kids like we don't do that, and they go to school and they surrounded by that shit.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Merged in wickedness.
You know they just, you know they just like, wow,
Yeah, like, man, I came home, I went to school.
But then the parents make it like the women, like the moms send you a text message about daughter daddy dance, some shit. What they say called?
Yeah.
Daughter day dance. But I ain't going to that shit, man.
Yeah.
Text me that shit, man. I'll take out to eat. How about that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you try to do things to accommodate, you know.
Oh man.
Man,
You know.
Shit. Be on my side.
That's why it's good. You know, hey, we got our holidays, you know.
right.
You know, that's our turn too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like really, like to really.
Hanukkah and stuff like that, that's a fun time, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Kid got to go to school. It might be during the week. They got to go to school early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just we going to do what we can, you know. You know.
Hey, we're rehearsing the righteous acts.
Right.
You know, to the best of our ability. You know.
So let you know, for a prophet of the Lord, ain't no like we not like those men are not like people in the world. The people in the world, they call it work-life balance. The prophet ain't no work-life balance when it comes to a prophet. Nope, just ain't. Nope, try, but this shit don't work.
Work-life balance.
I mean, we got such a work rate up here, man. It's like, you know, if you ain't producing a certain amount, you gonna get called in that spiritual office. Like, hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah. Man.
What's going on?
Right, heavy, bro.
Yeah. Hey, it's like Peter, James, you know, Peter, Andrew, James, and John, you know, the scripture says, like, when Yahushua called them when they was fishing, it says they were men in their nets, and they said they forsook all to follow him, man.
Right.
When you get that word forsake, man, I looked at that word forsook the other day. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was like, what?
Where you going?
Mark 1:18.
Mark?
Mm-hmm.
I got something.
Go ahead,
This is Colossians chapter 3. I'm gonna start at 2 in the NLT. It says, think about the things of heaven, not the things of earth. It says, this is the point. Verse 3, for you died to this life, and your real life is hidden with Hamashiach in the Most High. So shit, you know what I'm saying? Like the elder had mentioned that work-life balance. It ain't like that, bro. We ain't got no life in this place, man. Our life is to do this ministry, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't got bro. We just constantly You know what I'm saying? Once we get our work, we doing the work. Even at work, we do the work. You know what I'm saying? Jake get time to do a lesson at work. You know what I'm saying? Lunch break, or that we constantly. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like
What's
shit.
your next?
Right, our life, all that stuff that these people are aspiring for. We want that delayed gratification, man. We gonna get that on the back end. So right now we working for it.
Right.
You see, it's gonna because what the Lord is gonna present us with, what He's offering us is immortality, man. A chance for that to have that for eternity, man. You know what I'm saying? Not just for a temporary, like these people are wasting their lives doing this shit is about to be destroyed.
A temporary fix.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This shit about to be destroyed, bro.
Nigga grinding for no fucking reason. We
Man.
out here working 60 hours just to get a nice house, nice crib for all this shit to be burned the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, why even try, right?
Yep.
I come across this, think about this sometimes, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know?
It's like it's like a temporary dopamine fix that everybody's after on this side.
Right.
You know, just that dopamine burst. You know, but here it is in the kingdom, man. You're gonna have a righteous dopamine burst every day, and it's gonna be everlasting in righteousness.
And you're not gonna need a fix
Right.
Right.
to keep that dopamine going. Here's
That's
sometimes you need a fix. Sugar. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn me bread, goddamn
Caffeine.
caffeine, alcohol.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna need no fix in the kingdom of heaven, bro.
Right.
Nah.
Fix their boot.
Yeah, cause you got. I'm sorry. Yeah. Cause fix. You know, they closed out. Okay. We don't gotta get this going. It's all good. We don't gotta get it. Hey, so with that, you know, we pray this was an edifying camp. You know, as always, want to give all praise, honor, glory unto Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kodash. Want to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and others of Great Millstone. That talks His truth and that's what teaching His truth. Much peace, love, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.